How's it, everyone? Welcome to Race Space. Tonight we are back with the Rally Fighters finals, and this is the finals for the supercar class, the RFX class. This is the main class. This is where the fast guys are, so it should be a good race. Joining me on the stream here tonight is JPH. How's it going, man?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, pretty good. It's Rallycross night, so it's a good night.
That's Rallycross night 3 times a night, Kyle.
Yeah. Then also jumping in later for the next stream and everything will be Ratek, so you'll see him jumping in and out when he's not racing. And the same will happen with JPH, because JPH is racing in the next semi-final, so Ratek will join us then. Other than that, yeah, I think you guys know the story by now, and if you don't, we'll explain it as we go. But the races will start now. You can see everybody's got their green fingers or thumbs up, and it's time to go.
So it's a tough semi-final. This is, you could almost class this as a final.
This is a strong set of guys. It's pretty much, I mean, of the regulars that we've seen for a couple seasons now that are quick, it's basically just missing Kenny. Obviously we've got a couple newer guys that are showing some pace as well. So to be honest, especially on this track, I'm not going to count anyone out. I think there could be some upsets here. It's a very tricky track.
Yeah, I think the only way this semi-final could have been any harder is if Kenny was in and if Ali could have made it tonight, because he was due to be in the semi-final, wasn't he?
Yeah, just his work. His work is quite affected by this COVID. He's quite essential, so he unfortunately couldn't make it. So we'd love to see him race again soon. But for now, he's better keep safe, and we'll see him when we see him. Alright, cars are lined up on the grids there. There's a lot of Audis in this one. That is all the Savage Racing Audis. They all got those front row spots there. We got Ratek on the pole, Barry's there on the inside, Dusty there in the middle row in the black Audi, and at the back in the Audi is Jacques. So
Dusty's got a weird position. He's in the middle of everything, so it'd be interesting to get his bad start from Aries though. 2-1.
So now Jacques has gained a position there. He's up into 4th. Ratek currently leading the pack.
Yeah, Berries didn't get off the line very well, and Dusty almost had him, but just didn't have the room to play with.
I wonder if Dusty might go Joker here.
Oh, good camera skills.
Ratek goes Joker, so that opens up Berries now.
Well, it opens up Berries, but it also gives Ratek that room. Gives him a bit of space to play with now, so he doesn't have Berries hounding him.
He doesn't have that immediate pressure behind him, which can throw you off sometimes. You can just see it almost look like someone spun there in the background, maybe the Ford.
Yeah, I think
he has dropped back a little bit. Alright, but back up front there, Barry's in 2nd place, so he's leading the pack of the guys that haven't jokered yet.
And he was gaining on Ratek a little bit. It was 2.9 that gap as Ratek came out of the Joker.
Dusty not that far behind either.
As we know, Carl, that Joker is faster than the normal one.
It is, so these two, I mean, if they Joker, there goes Barry, so he's probably going to come out in front of Ratek now. Oh, side by side. So now they're battling it out here, so this is probably going to help Dusty, if Dusty can keep racing clean here. But he has dropped back on Berries since Berries took that Joker. So he's got a little bit of catching up to do there, but he's also got his Joker to use. So
in reality, these guys don't have to fight it out, because obviously the top 3 go through,
I would
They don't
Joker
have to
now
be
if I was Dusty. This is he's now behind his teammate Ratek there, who is possibly just slowing him down slightly. So if he waits too long, he's gonna get gapped by berries and he won't be able to catch him. But he stays behind Ratek. Interesting move there.
Now take into the wall then on the outside. So Jax isn't far away, is he?
I think he's catching up now because Dusty can't get past Ratek, who is possibly just slowing him down at slightly there. And all the while, Berries is probably pulling a bigger gap now in front, so he's looking comfortable here in this semi-final one of tonight. Ooh,
Oh,
Berries,
that's
just as I
Berries.
say that, he's spun. He's obviously clipped a door or something going into that warehouse or barn or whatever it is, and that has allowed Ratek to take the lead once again. But Dusty's still with that Joker to play with.
But Berry's now behind Jax, and Jax has to take his Joker still.
So Dusty does take the Joker now.
I'd be surprised if this doesn't bring him out ahead.
He's got quite a gap there now ahead. Jacques also takes the Joker. That puts him out just behind Ratek.
It was a case of Berries. All he had to do was get to the end, and as per normal on this track, if Ratek makes the
and
mistake,
Ratek makes a mistake, and that slows Jacques down as well. So now Berry's right behind him. So, I mean, they still got some laps to play with here. It could be either of these guys into the final. I think if Dusty just keeps a cool head now, he's definitely through. But it's between these three for who the other two guys going through are right now.
you see Jax struggling to get it into that right hand, and then through the little S complex.
Oh, and he makes a mistake, and Berries is through. But Berries also.
Oh, Berries into the wall.
So
That's
now
hard.
they're both going to have some damage as well. And they got a fight here now for third place.
I think Berries is going to come off worse from that, because that head-on collision means
That would
that's
have
gonna be a
busted
loss of
suspension on the front.
Oh, Jacques firing one down the inside, a little love tap as well, but
So now Jacques currently in third place. Berries just behind him. So still anyone's race
Berries
here.
returns the fever.
Jacques makes a mistake and Berries. So while they both crashed here, this is probably going to allow the car behind to even catch up a bit. What's the gap there? It may be too big though. So
It's probably too big to get to Mark Werty. There is Dusty on the track. He's right near the end of the lap.
So Dusty is going to be finishing his race now. He will be the first person guaranteed a spot now in the final. Over the line he goes. Ratek doing well to just keep his race relatively clean there, and he goes into second. So he's into the finals. Good job from Ratek there. Third place looks like it's going to be...
That's Mark Werty coming around. He was lapped.
Is he a lap down? So it looks like Jacques going to be the third car now through to the final. And Berries, unfortunately, with all that contact that was happening there, obviously struggled a little bit to control his car after that, and he is not making it to the final, but he picks up fourth place now in this race. So.
It was one of those ones between Berries and Jacques, wasn't it? It wasn't really anyone's fault. It was just a couple clips of the wall when an unfortunate you were there incident.
It sort of came down to who just made the least mistakes there.
But Dusty, another commanding drive in that. 6.2 seconds. That's almost a second a lap there.
So Dusty looking super strong now. So going into semi-final 2 now, and you'll be racing, JPH. So good luck to you, and Mark should be joining us on this chat pretty shortly.
Once Mark's in, I'll abandon post. Although Mark's just left the session as per normal. Yeah, get the mini back out.
All right, so in the semi-final two now we have Kenny Shep. So he's obviously also one to watch. He uh, did very well last time round. He did well in both this class and in the RFN class yesterday. So he's a solid driver. He's also a two-time Rally Fighters champion. So definitely a guy to think is going to be one of the guys that will be getting through. But anything can happen, as we've just seen in the race we watched now. JPH is in this one. Kento is in this one. We've seen some good racing as well from Kento at times this season, so wouldn't count him out. Matsutsi, we love his driving style. He's awesome to watch, so that'll be fun. And Motormouth as well.
Cool. Right now that Mark's returned, I'll leave you guys to the comms.
Right. Cheers.
Did you get lost there? Lost there on your way out of the race, Mark?
Yeah,
had a long walk from your car to the commentary booth.
It's a result I didn't expect, so I was in a bit of a state of shock and just, total brain fart, as they say. But yep, we're back on track now. So
yeah,
interesting.
All right. So it is another 5-car race now, and yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good one. It's a solid lineup there. We've got the two Fords. A bit more variation in cars. I don't know if you noticed that last race, Mark, was all the Audis.
Audi Fest, except for Mark Whitty in the Ford.
All right, so let's get this semi-final 2 underway.
The 6 laps really takes its tolls on tyres. Rear tyres, mine were glowing red, and the last couple of laps the car felt totally different. So it's going to be interesting to see on that how the guys cope. It's
kind of like an endurance race, to be honest. It's
it definitely does feel it like round there. It you really working the arm muscles and. Yeah,
and of course, Dusty put on a solid performance there. So I'm sure everyone's watching that now and wondering what they can do to stand a chance here.
Yeah, I was holding him off for a bit, but he once he gets past you, he pulls away. And
I have to say, I was a bit surprised with his tactic there that he stayed behind you as long as he did. He still had that Joker lap he could have used.
Right.
So.
I didn't have time to look at who Joker did who had not. I fully focused
in
on
the heat of battle. But
yeah.
Now these cars are lined up on the grid. So we've got 2 Fords in the front. One of Carlo Matsutsi there. He is in pole on the outside. Kento is in the red wing Ford there. We've got Motormouth there, his teammate with the blue wing. Kenny in the Citroen against the wall on the second row, and right at the back JPH. So not the best positions to start from at the back there, but I mean sometimes it is good in a way if the guys overshoot and mess up that first turn. But if there's no major mistakes made in that first turn, then you got to sit behind all the guys until pretty much the only chance you've got to make a break is when you get to the Joker lap.
Yeah, it definitely is, yeah. But I mean, sometimes I prefer being on the back. You've got no pressure and you've got everything to gain.
Yeah. And they're off. And Motormouth shoots off to the right there. Interesting line. Bit of contact wide there between, I think it was Motormouth and Carlo. But Matsutsi is in front now. Kento up the inside. Nice line there from Kento. And Kenny not far behind. He jumps into second place now as they go through the tunnel.
I think Matsutsi just clipped the wall, which slowed his momentum down, didn't it?
And now he's got JPH to contend with right behind him as well. So a lot of guys fighting it out right now. Anyone here going to go? Lap. Nobody takes the Joker.
They've stayed out, which is surprising, isn't it?
They obviously don't think they're being too held up then, I guess. Look at the gap between Kento and Kenny. That's quite a good. I think he's just closing the gap there now, Kenny, but good job there from Kento early on in this race.
She's running wide. JP's up there, up the
Into
inside
third.
there.
So as it stands, the guys that are going through to the final would be Kento, Kenny, and JPH.
I'm happy with Kento's pace. I know Kenny's on to
He's
the back
looking
of him
strong.
now, but done a couple of laps, and hopefully with his car being, he doesn't seem to have had any damage.
Kenny goes Joker there, we can just see.
Oh, I say that, curse Kento.
And I mean, we know this Ford is a big... Oh, he spun it.
Oh,
He spun it. We really cursed Kento there. Sorry about that, Kento.
yeah.
But that now puts Kenny, he's in the lead now after taking his Joker lap. Matsutzi's also taken the Joker lap. He's up into second place. JPH in third. He has not taken his Joker lap yet, though. So,
He's looking strong at the moment. JPH still got that Joker in hand, doesn't he? And,
I mean, if he takes that Joker even on this lap, he'd probably come out side by side with Carlo at least. Maybe even in front.
Kenny out front, he's...
Somebody's retired. I think it's Motormouth. Motormouth is gone.
Yeah, it's bits of car parts there. I don't know whether that's... like,
Can just see Kenny just looking like he's taking it easy here. He's not pushing too hard. I think he knows now he's got a gap. He just needs to finish the race to guarantee that he gets into the final. He doesn't actually have to push for time or anything.
JP saving his Joker till later on in the race. He's hanging on to the back of, well, maybe just slightly reeling him. That's Uzi, isn't he? So he's thinking if I can get enough gap.
Ooh, he saves it there, though. Nicely done. Unfortunate for Kento. Kento has dropped back quite a bit there.
Yeah, once you get damage on this track, that's makes the car not drive how you want it, is it? These guys seem to have found the rhythm now, don't they? And,
Ooh,
JP
just so that
close to the back
JPH makes a mistake, but he might have enough of a gap there to not have to worry too much. And he has a Joker to play with. He takes it now.
yeah.
Still puts him out behind Carlo, though, so that was what his mistake cost him. He could have probably just got himself into second place, but he'll still be happy with a third, I'm sure, because that will put him into the final if he can hold it till the end. They're on the fifth lap now out of 6.
Made a mistake because JP's back in about the same distance that he was on lap 3 and 4, isn't it? I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be looking to make a move. I'm in a third position. I qualify for the final.
You don't want to risk having a big enough crash that you lose getting to the final at this point. That's the issue.
He's not too far in front, so at this point
I think he might have made a mistake, because I'm sure that gap was quite a lot bigger earlier between him and Carlo.
Carlo, obviously, this is where them tyre temperatures are coming into it now, and you can see the angle there. I mean, we know Carlo gets his car at some extreme angles going into corners. Nice full send, pull that off.
Nicely
Beautiful.
done. He carries it the whole way through there.
JP just nipping on his heels, just waiting for.
He's just waiting for a mistake if it happens. I don't think he's necessarily looking to force his way through, but
yeah, Kento's extreme damage there, isn't he? So
that's unfortunate for him. I would have liked to see him get into the finals here. He was looking strong.
definitely was. Kenny there, just bringing it.
Around this last
Bringing it
section
over.
here, he goes around the corner
Nicely done.
and over the line he
Oh.
goes. First person in this race to go through to the final.
JP's made a mistake somewhere. Just Matsutzi.
Matsutzi looks like he's crawling. Maybe the engine temp.
Where's JP?
JP?
No.
Where is he?
Engine damage.
Did he
Thermal
blow?
damage somewhere.
Did he blow his engine? He did. So
What's been
Kento up into third. So Kento will be going through to the finals.
just runs it wide. All he's got to do is bring it home. Hopefully he's not struggling too much with
And that just
temperature.
shows you how quickly things can change in this.
We know that Mini does struggle with engine temp, don't we? So I mean,
Definitely.
maybe what his experience there. So unfortunate for him.
That is so unlucky for him, but that puts Kento back into third, and he'll be surprised with that, but pretty happy, I'm sure. Sure, that was a turn of events at the last sort of corner.
Definitely was. That's how quickly it can turn
Keep-
around, isn't it?
Keeping us on our toes here. Alright, so the top 3 from each of the races go through now, and only good news there is JP can come join us on cameras.
Yeah, that's a small advantage from his misfortune. Fortunate. Looking like a strong lineup for the final.
So the lineup for this is Dusty, Ratek, Shark, Kenny, Matsutsi, and Kento. Yeah, they're all here.
Right.
I think green
Right.
thumbs up and then we'll go.
And jump out, leave you guys to it, and go
Good
and,
luck for your final, and
thank you.
come on, give us a show, man. Take a win.
I thought last time was a show, but it's tough out there. It's tough. So I'll catch you guys in a bit.
Good luck, man. Have a good one.
Well,
So that was unexpected. Just keeping us on our toes there, I see.
but it's fair to say I could use a few choice words at the moment.
Yeah, what did you blow your engine?
Yeah, when Kento spun, I clipped him, and with
Yeah,
the
that
setup I was
mini,
in,
it blows the engine quite easily. The mini, that's the one of its disadvantages. But
well, I was running quite an aggressive setup with everything,
Yeah.
and literally I noticed it on lap 5. It was like 30. It was on 35 damage, so I started to back off, and within 2 laps it rose like 65, and just like that's it's not really realistic, but. I mean, I drove like a bit of a snail the last lap as well, and it still blew. I was like, that was, yeah.
yeah, that's rallycross. It happens to everyone at some point, and it's not a nice feeling when it happens to you. But you just got to come back stronger next time, hopefully. All right, so this is
like good pacing now.
this is the final now of the RFX class. From what you've seen tonight, what are you expecting? How are you expecting it to go? Well, Dusty and Kenny, probably the guys that we would rate as the strongest 2 going into this on the front row. So this is going to be a race of epic proportions, I think.
This is definitely going to be a titanic battle, that's for sure. Jacques isn't too far behind either. I mean, we know how fast Jacques can be on his day.
So Ratek, he's starting at the back there. He did mention earlier that sometimes he prefers to not have as much pressure and start at the back there. So we'll see if it pays off for him here.
Kenny around the outside. Oh, that's a Ford.
That
That's,
was
Kento
Kento into the wall. So Kenny leading the race now. He's got Dusty right behind him. Right behind them is Jacques. Ratek had made a move, but it looks like he's dropped again into 5th.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
went a bit deep into the first 90 right. Just dropping.
So a
behind
little bit of a
Matsutsi.
train going here. I wonder who is going to go Joker. I would imagine somebody will go Joker here. Maybe Dusty even. Dusty does go Joker. So this should put him out in front of Kenny now. But obviously Kenny will have that Joker to play with later on in the race. So it's all going to be down to lap times now, basically, with these two, because they've both got some clean air now to work with. Jacques also pushing on there. And Matsutsi also not doing a bad job there. He's able to sort of keep up within striking distance of those guys, the top three. So
looks like Ratek's falling behind Kento now.
Must have made a mistake somewhere, but he looked really good now through that section. So I'm hoping he hasn't picked up too much damage on his car.
Well, that's Jacques in the wall. Yeah, it just sounded like he was going very slow.
Kenny up the inside of Dusty. So Kenny took his Joker lap there, and they are side by side now. This is an insane battle. Just runs it a bit wide as Dusty goes back up the inside. So neck and neck here between these two. This is epic.
Yeah, good move that from Dusty. Obviously kicked Kenny out at the last minute with the rear end as it stepped out. It's interesting thing from Kenny there, side by side out of the Joker lap.
Insane battle here. Is Kenny going to be able to keep on the back of Dusty now?
He's lost a fair bit of time this lap as well.
So from Jacques backwards, only the front two have jokered at the moment, so says this, unless didn't read one of them. But on this track it generally does seem to read all of the jokers taken. There's not really anywhere you can run off in that joker. It's basically walls to either side. Full send there from Ratek. I don't know if you just saw that. He went backwards into that one corner.
Oh, Kenny into the wall. But Dusty wasn't the cleanest either through that. Kenny is just dropping that a little bit of time at the moment. 1.6. 2 laps to go.
So wonder when Jacques just took his joker, because he is right on the back of Kenny now.
Matsutsi in the background, I believe.
He's also taken his joker.
Ratek's ahead of Kento, so a mistake
and he
for Kento there.
he has not taken his joker yet, so that might
Kento
that might put him just a little bit closer to Carlo, but I don't think it's going to be enough for Ratek. So Dusty is looking pretty comfortable here. Let's see if he can hold on to this now. Jacques just making a mistake in the background there. Just coming now to the final lap. After this lap we will have our first ever winner on this track in the Rally Fighters series. The first time
sending it into the Joker.
First time we've ever seen this track in the series. So let's see if
this opens the door to Kento with Ratek clipping the inside barrier.
It's unfortunate there for him, but let's take a look at the front runners here, because those guys are on their last lap now.
Ratek and Kento are side by side.
It's looking like Dusty's got quite a gap now between him and second place. He just needs to nurse the car over the line basically at this point.
Ratek's in the wall. Kento now into 5th.
Last couple corners here, he's looking strong. And Dusty will go over the line to take his first win of this season, I think.
Zuti into the wall in his send it style fashion.
Dusty is also now the first person to have ever won on this track in the series, so good job from him. And Kento now just coming up to the last couple turns here, Just sending it there. He's obviously not worried about engine damage. And Mark has joined the chat, so he's obviously blown his engine. Can see him there.
Yeah, terminal damage for me, so
That is unlucky.
it's inevitable, I reckon, for me right now. But my car is just driving off now, so I'm okay.
So that was the finals. So Dusty took it. It's been a while since we've seen Dusty win, but we all were expecting it. And finally it's here. So good job from him. Good job from Kenny as well to make it a close battle at the start. And
Shark wasn't far away either.
Not that
those
far.
gaps are a bit misleading.
So good race from those guys and from everyone in the final. We will be swapping across now to the stream for the lights and the Mercs, which is the RF2 and the RFN. That stream will literally be coming up as this stream ends, with maybe a minute or two delay. But keep your eye open for that one, guys, and we'll see those guys race there. Check you guys in a bit.
Catch you guys in a bit.